Part 2. Part 2. I am sorry for the unprofessionalism. We will keep the off-season streaming going. If by this time you have went on and done something else, I totally understand. So we got rid of our athletes. We're really in the secondary. The strong safety position is locked down. If there is a oh my goodness, Alvarez, 85 tackle. Nah, he's gonna be free safety. I mean, he's gotta stay at free. What could he do as strong? But sorry for cutting out on you guys. Very unprofessional of me. Things happen. Cornerback, looking young, looking thin. Maybe his talent-wise. The JUCO, he's a junior. He's just that overall. Bill Williams, looking for him to have a pretty good season. He could play free safety. And what could Alvarez do at cornerback? He'll be a 74, so no. You're staying there. He may get redshirted anyway. God, we got a bunch of... We got 3... Okay. So that's what we were figuring out. Somebody's got to go. Somebody can't stay here. Or maybe he just has to get redshirted. But he's got 97 speed. 85 tackling. He may get redshirted because his man in his zone's not that great. And, I mean, his press is 81. So maybe you move him over. Appreciate it, Night Walker. Yeah, everything's good. I got the and even right now. Well, no, I was about to hook the 360 up to the Xbox One and do it through my Windows 10. I'm still new with that, so I'm still trying to figure out how to, like, what platform I could stream. I got Xstream. I downloaded that about a few days ago. I just haven't really put anything, like, even really tested that software out to see how the streaming or the editing will go on that program. So we're thin. Let me come back to the defense, to the DBs, because we're young. People need to be moved around. I don't want people transferring because they're not getting PT. Man, looks like the outside linebacker position is also. But I want him out there with his 99 acceleration. I want him out there. Brian, from the great state of Ohio. Looks like you're getting cut. Got 2 guys named Taylor. 2 last name Taylors. Clearly they're not brothers. No, they're brothers. It's just somewhere down the line. Very, very far down the line. 2 seniors at middle linebacker. I was thinking about changing Mike Green to one of the outside linebackers. He do 81 at either one. I'd say he may take Patrick Barnes' position. Look at Patrick Barnes. Man. JUCO. Wow. Man. JUCO, he's a junior. So maybe he'll stay there because he's just at 80. I mean, you would think it would make sense to move him here, but I like that speed this guy has, and he'll improve greatly over. It's not great, but okay. So maybe he'll have to get. Maybe he doesn't have to get redshirted, but maybe we cut these 2. And we move Mike Green over to the right outside linebacker. Because the left outside, I'm like, Patrick Barnes has been at this position, but his numbers have been going down. His numbers have been going down, so I'm kind of confused. Is it his awareness is low. My greens is low. Ah, man. Tough decisions this offseason. I usually do off-season streams. This is why I usually do off-season streams alone, but you guys happen to be here, so thanks for tuning in. So we got 3 senior D tackles. Javaris Saunders was actually a JUCO transfer. He's probably a little upset. Didn't do too much last year, just a couple sacks. Stewart, what did you do? Not much either. And Johnson, you guys saw, was an All-American. So, shout out to him. You know what I also miss, man? The soundtracks on EA. I remember the old Maddens used to have some dope soundtracks. So Brian Allen's going to get his big shine. He's been waiting out. Patient guy, 6'2", 267. Yep. Shout out to him. I believe Cedric was a JUCO transfer too. Cedric, could you play outside linebacker? No, these guys most likely aren't going to be able to play. Towns, he's been patiently waiting. You'll get your time. Looks like at both DM positions we got the same thing going on. A freshman, a junior, a senior at both DM positions. So I think my DM positions were pretty set there. So something's going good so far. Our linemen have been weak. This is crazy. We've been weak in this area for years, and it looks like it may be weak again this year. Like, we don't have anybody that's like 90 or above, except for maybe Scott, who after this offseason some training, he should be 90 and above. But this is what put us dangerously in a hole against Michigan. Luckily, Bentley coming through with some patience at the end. So let's see this junior, if you can be utilized anywhere. No. Jacobs, the freshman, utilized. Could be a center. Don't need him there. Thompson, could be an 83 center. Don't need him there. Floyd at guard, could be an 87 center. Hicks. Alright, I don't think anybody's going to switch around here. I played with this offensive line forever last year, just forever, because it's weak and it needs. But we got a couple of freshmen coming in. You got a couple? What? Or I thought we had a couple, right? Al Jacobs, the number 4 tackle. Guard. So it will be improving shortly. Okay, so yeah, we'll be improving shortly. Can't do too much right now. Should I redshirt? I missed the question. The tight end position is looking like just how we had it a few years ago, where I had Sean Hines, C.J. Willer, and a guy named Wright. Went on to the NFL, I believe. Maybe not. I don't think Wright did. So stacked at this tight end position. You guys ever seen a group of tight ends with speed like this? And they're all 250 and above? Man. And they can catch. They can catch too. Out of Ohio. One out of Ohio, one out of Texas. Shout out to the Dallas Cowboys. Great route running. Nice catching. Man, that's a pretty solid tight end core. So we don't really have anything switching there. C.J. Willer, he's been starting since he was a true freshman. So Shout out to him. His numbers keep increasing too. That's good. Getting him the ball. Brad Brock. I'm not going to redshirt these guys. I'm going to get him. Well, yeah, I'm not going to redshirt these guys. Get them all out there. They got speed. They can make plays. Look at how many freaking receivers we got here. So Porter got exposed last year. Too many drops. Expect Lorenzo Hall and Cox to pass Porter up. Porter very low in the catching category. Very low. But jumps out the roof. So he's made some catches. But look for this guy. I mean, this guy is 6'3", 215, 200, 193, but this guy gets loose. He's going to be an animal. It's for some reason when he gets the ball, his acceleration kicks in, goes very good with his speed, and he gets loose. Pretty elusive, I guess. That's another reason why. But look out for Lorenzo Hall. He's an animal. Okay, so we got some freshmen. I really don't like short receivers, but he's 93 speed. You got to have a speedster. I guess he'll be staying here. He's already got redshirted, so he'll be coming in. This was the 6'7", 233 athlete who I wanted him to be an outside linebacker. He can't play outside linebacker. I mean, he can. It's just could be a safety, but we're stacked there. Can't be a running back. And can't play tight end for some reason. 6'7", 233, can't play tight end. I checked his stats. His blocking is terrible. It looks like he's got DB blocking. So I had to put him at wide receiver. But he's 97 acceleration. Elusive. More elusive than... He's the most elusive wide receiver on the roster. Okay. Ball carrying vision's horrible for some reason. It's got a nasty spin move at 6'7", 233. Juke move. This guy, catching is great. Spectacular catching. Route running good. Wow. He can play DB. It's just... with those type of athletic abilities, I don't think there's a need to put him at DB. Because he can catch and he can take off. Okay, so we are stacked at the receiver position for years to come. Let's see maybe if any of these DBs could maybe play. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they're all strictly. As you can see, speed, possession. And for possession, I want him tall, 6'5". 6'5". This was an instant commit. I accidentally offered him. I'll just redshirt him. And it looks like this guy's getting cut because I did not ask for you to be in my presence, sir. Andy Merrick, I did not ask for you to be on this roster. Fullbacks, again, if you're just tuning in, if you're new, I kept these guys when they first walked onto my team because they were both from South Carolina. I kept them both as just for pipeline numbers for South Carolina, and it paid off because Leonard actually made a key block for David Marshall, who was the returner of the year for a dope kick return, which I think locked up his return status for the year. I keep harping on that because it was dope and fun. Look for David Marshall to take the starting role for Trevor Lewis next year. I recruited David Marshall and David Bailey to try to be, or it was Trevor Lewis and David Bailey, to be him the power back. But he's very slow when he's out there. He doesn't really move too much. And these guys may get cut, except for maybe him, because I do have Louisiana as a pipeline state, so maybe I'll keep him there. Let's see what he can do at fullback. Let's see what these guys, maybe they can be, because I haven't even used those guys at fullback. They just happen to be on the kick return team. That's a very good question, what type of offense I run. Because when I originally started with Hawaii, I was running more of a pro style because I had this huge 6', 240 running back, And then when I started picking up a little bit more speed, I went to the pistol. And I tell people now when I have a mobile quarterback, I kind of stay in shotgun a lot, shotgun pistol. So I guess you could call it a spread. But I like to use the play action a lot. And since I'm so stacked at wide receivers and they have so many, different types of abilities, I like to go straight to a 5 wide sometimes. So I guess you can call it a spread. I tell people because when I have a fast quarterback, I tend to, it seems like you just go with the flow and go with the spread option, go with the QB option, triple option. It's fun to roll out and take off with them if you get in trouble. So the playbook I'm using, the other stream, I actually lost my offensive coordinator. And the new coordinator I got fired from West Virginia. So we got a guy who got fired. And his playbook is the West Virginia Air Raid Playbook. So I just switched the playbook to an Air Raid, just something new to do to see how that goes. So I tried to make it realistic. Like, okay, we got a new offensive coordinator. He runs the Air Raid Playbook, so I'm going to try the Air Raid Playbook. I'm not 100% sure what all is in that. Hopefully it is a little bit more passing, because we do have a ridiculous wide receiver core. I think this is pretty solid. The attributes are low, but you got the quick guys, you got guys that are tall and can jump. So thanks for tuning in, man. Air Raid 73. That's crazy that your name is Air Raid 73. Then I just changed my playbook to Air Raid. I didn't even notice that. That's wild. I just threw myself off there. So yeah, Air Raid. Maybe that's why you asked me that. Yeah, that's funny. So Johnny Jackson, I said I want to win the Heisman with him because this is a quarterback with 93 speed. He can play DB. We don't need him at DB. Then again, maybe we do need him at DB. Maybe I could put him at cornerback this year. But I want to win the Heisman with him. But Eddie Leak is 6'4", 240, so I want to win the Heisman with him. I got to win the Heisman with one of these two quarterbacks. Look at all three of them with 88 accuracy. So if any of them, I don't have a problem pulling my quarterbacks too. That was another reason why George Bentley came in a couple of times, because at one time Bozeman was not very accurate and we pulled him out. So David Bailey, can you play? David Bailey could play wide receiver too, because he hasn't done a dang thing at running back. 68, so we won't put him there. I don't think that made any changes. But yeah, Air Raid 73. It's funny that you said that, because I just literally changed my playbook to Air Raid. I had a custom playbook where I took Hawaii's playbook. I added a pistol. I mixed some things around. But like I said, I'm just going with what just happened. We lost an offensive coordinator in the season. We got a new guy, and yeah. Where's our guy at? Oh, this guy here. 6 seasons. He did 6 winning seasons. Longest streak's 5. He's got 0-5 record against rivals. So he's coming to win. I was also saying earlier in the stream that I like how in the old NCAA dynasties you could hire your own coach. Like my guy gets fired, or my offensive coordinator retired, and we hired on a guy who got fired from his last job to be my offensive coordinator. Didn't really make sense to me. The only thing I'm really stuck on as far as these position changes go is my secondary. So I feel like my strong safeties are good because these guys are they can actually tackle. they're pretty solid with their tackling. But what I feel like I need some help on is I would like my true freshman to start. Shoot, why not? Marcus Walker was an athlete, so I'm thinking maybe I could put him somewhere. No, one-dimensional. Just keep him at free, I guess. Because the offseason will come up. He'll do a workout, and he'll most likely probably have an overall that's about the same, if not better. But this 97 speed is something that I would like to see cover over top. Nope, I did not get any transfers this time. No transfers. One of my tackles did transfer to Arizona. So, Trader, Benedict. Nick Rogers, we gotta have the #1 recruiting class though. I've never ever had the #1 recruiting class in any of my times doing some NCAA, so this was interesting. So Nick Rogers was an athlete, and it's, I guess. So would I redshirt him? Because at corner he could be a 77. So we're thinking about moving Nick Rogers to corner. This guy can't play corner. 73. If we move Nick Rogers, yeah. What's crazy is my first year I had after my first season I had a transfer. He was a cornerback, and he was pretty solid. He actually went on to the NFL. He actually had the long kick return record. I think everybody has a player who has the longest kick return record in their dynasty. But yeah, he transferred from USC, which I thought was pretty fun because I would play USC on my conference schedule when I was in the Mountain West Conference, and then I transferred over to the Pac-12 his senior year, and he got to play USC. It was pretty fun. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Really, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Small channel, I do it for fun. Wanted to keep the NCAA movement going. Finished last season, we're heading to 2018 to hopefully win a conference championship and national championship this year because we came up short last year. So Smith, looks like you can do good. It's just we're stacked at safety. We don't need people at safety. We're with Alvarez there. We're stacked for the next 4 years. Josh Porter looks like you'll remain there. You got speed. If these guys have 90-something speed, then I might as well be there. So I think that's all we're thinking about doing is moving Nick Rogers over to. Yeah, I used to be a huge Madden head growing up. Huge Madden head. And I forget when I stopped buying it because I felt like the animation got a little crazy. I think it was, I don't know, maybe 15. No, I had 16, but I only played 16 for a couple months and got rid of it. Haven't bought it since. I played it with some friends, and I'm like, this is something. It ain't right. But NCAA 14, it took us some years to look back and say, wow, yeah, man, these guys had it. Okay, Nick Rogers, he's got, man, because his press is higher. Okay, so play recognition. What is that? What did I pass that? So we're thinking about Nick Rogers or Alvarez going over to. I think pretty certain we're gonna keep him at free safety. He can't go anywhere else. Marcus Walker. He can't go anywhere else. Possibly corner, but it's just a 73, so we don't need that. But Nick Rogers will actually be a 77 at cornerback, so I think we're going to go with that. He's low, his tackling's high. It would be nice to have a 90, but that could come in handy at corner as well. So play recognition at cornerback, I think it's definitely something that is a must, because those comeback routes, those options when they're running, sometimes they're just hanging out there. So we're going to move him over to cornerback, because I know I could possibly redshirt him, but I really don't want to. And I guess yeah, it's they keep it kind of realistic. So here goes my JUCO transfer, Chad Johnson, number 105 cornerback. So very overlooked by people. 97 speed, good. Bill Williams, he had some great plays. Check out one of the games against Air Force where we're down, I think 10-0, maybe 7-0 for a couple quarters, and he gets a scoop and score. He's done it all this year. Pass deflection, a sack. This guy's got some burners, so shout out to him this year. Young core, I don't think this guy got that much playing time. I was going to say, he doesn't even sound familiar to me. Just trenched athlete, switched him to corner. None of these guys can go to safety. There's no need for them to go to safeties because their tacklings are not that great. Reese probably could. He could be at 80 free safety. Wow. But, wow. No. So many decisions. Yeah, man. So my only questions right now is, I think we're set. I think we're gonna keep this here. The strong safeties is set. Marcus, we just got Alvarez, who's just more athletic than you. I would like to have my. Sometimes he's going to get burnt with this low awareness, that's for sure. It may come to bite me in the bullet. But that speed could also come in handy. And I feel like I might as well keep. It's like, who do you redshirt, who do you keep? I guess that's what we'll figure out coming up in the next one, right? And we thought about Mike Green because our right outside linebacker positions are weak. This is 99 acceleration. I want him on the field. I mean, you can even move him to freaking. It's crazy. He's 5'11", 220. 5'11", 220, and they say this guy could be they say he could be at 80 at D tackle. And left outside linebackers, or left ends, the ends 81. If I put my 5'11", 220 outside linebacker there, I mean. I don't need that guy at D tackle. Maybe next year, because we got these three guys leaving. We got some people that need to put in some work. So I run the 4-2-5 for the most part for my defense. Yeah, 5'11", 220, and I offer them because of boom that 99 acceleration. Like who is he not going to chase down? You know. We're gonna build the off-season schedule up a little tougher this year. Even though we got beat up in the Pac-12 last year, maybe I shouldn't make the off-season schedule this tough because this is a young team in some areas. Experience up front, so I guess that helps. The offensive line, not that good. So offensively, looks like we're good here. Offensively, looks like we're good. Yeah, Zach Thomas, hell yeah. It's going to get him some awards after Adam Hill. So offensively, we're good. Secret weapons, 6'7", 233. Athlete, 97 acceleration. Catching out the roof. for his size. A spectacular catcher, route running. The fact that he's just so elusive, 6'7", 233, more elusive than a good amount of my fastest receiver. He's more elusive than my fastest receiver, who's 94 speed, 99 acceleration. That's going. I think he's the secret weapon. I don't think I'll redshirt him, or should I? You know, the red shirt is always, because that's why my tackle transferred. He was actually a red shirt, and that's something when I fear. I don't want to red shirt some of these pretty okay players that can make an impact quick and some type of impact quick, and then they'd be upset for sitting around. So Marshall taking over running back next year. Bentley going to get his last year. If he screws up, we'll put the 6'4", 220 Eddie Leak in. I mean, this guy's 6'4", 240, and he's more elusive than George Bentley. I love it. I love it. Because I honestly thought that maybe I only needed to recruit one QB and then wait. But I recruited these guys back-to-back years, not knowing how people would, pan out. So that guy's 6'4", 240, like, ridiculous. The passing is all about the same. So that's going to be interesting. If anybody screws up, they will get pulled. Those guys getting cut. I thought about switching this guy over to fullback. Let's see. The carryings are both horrible. Can anybody block? Can anybody block? Their run blocking, their pass blocking, impact blocking is all the same. So most likely these guys, well, he'll get redshirted because he's Louisiana. But he might get cut. Just don't let him touch the ball. He's getting cut, most likely. I'm sorry. I could cut these guys, right? No, we're not cutting them. Pipeline numbers. Sorry for dragging this out. I'm just trying to make sure wide receivers were set. I already checked those guys out. Some of those guys are getting cut. It's just about... I talked about Mike Green, the middle linebacker, taking over Patrick Barnes' spot because his numbers have went down as a starter. Your numbers go down as a starter. You're out there on pretty much every play, your numbers go down. No picks. I mean, I did hear he got a new girlfriend, so his focus just might be a little off. Still eligible, so its grades are about the same.